listener, you're such a good friend, and you listen to all my ramblings even though they don't really make sense at times. I know it's hard to keep up with, but you listen to everything, you remember everything, you remember every little detail, don't you? You remember every little detail. Yes you do. So, you remember last week, don't you? You remember last week. Yes you do. So, you remember what she did. But I did tell him, look, you don't tell me to do this, you don't tell me to do that. But if you go over there and get me that, I might do this. But I will definitely not do that. No way, you will not catch me dead doing that. So after he said that to me, I said, look, you think you know everything, but you don't really know everything. No, you don't. You know some things, you don't know other things, but you know a little bit of something, but not much of everything else. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? So, anyway, I think that if he was able to just think in that way, think in the same way I was thinking, then maybe we would be on the same page, and maybe, just maybe, we may have gotten there on time. But of course we were late, as usual. Yeah, you know how it is. We're always late. We're always like that as a group. When we try to get to places, it never works out, and we never end up doing the thing we wanted to do. Yeah, I know. It's like you and him at that time. Yeah, exactly. And when she wanted to get that thing, and she made everybody stop for it, and you all stopped, and she was the only one who wanted it, and you all got late, and you never did that thing. Yeah, it was like that time. Except it happened completely differently in another kind of way, which I won't get into at this moment in time. But I do want you to understand that if I was able to be there, then maybe it could have happened. Yeah, maybe it could have, but it didn't. It didn't happen. It just, I don't know why it didn't happen. I don't know why nobody told me it was gonna happen on that day. Like, I asked them, tell me. You can just sit on the side. You can just sit on the bench and do absolutely nothing. Yeah, exactly. You understand what I'm talking about. You feel me, don't you? Yeah, of course you do. So, where was I? I was talking about certain things that shouldn't have been said, but they were said regardless, because you know how people are. They don't think about people's feelings. They don't think about what's meant to happen. They don't think about the things that should happen. They just think about what they want to happen. Yeah, exactly. Now, if they just stopped for one moment, put their emotions in a box, and then just thought about what they were going to say before they say it, then maybe, just maybe, they wouldn't feel like the same way. Maybe they would think like, wait, I don't need to say that. That's not necessary. That's gonna hurt this person's feelings. That person's gonna be upset. They're gonna go crazy. There's gonna be drama, and everyone's just gonna go mad and do whatever the hell they feel like. There was food as well, and everybody was throwing food, and they didn't care. Like, where the food went. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. So when they started throwing food everywhere, it was going crazy. She got in the face with what was it? A pizza slice, and there was a bit of pasta sauce coming down like blood, and there was cheese hanging on, I think, her eyebrow, and it was covering her eye like an eye patch, and it was ridiculous. Like, seriously, it was crazy. I don't know what they thought they were playing at when they did that thing that one time at that place. Yeah. So fast forward 4 weeks, and there we were sitting right there. We saw that person, the person we queued up hours to see, and I don't really know what it was that they felt they were doing, but I don't know, like, it was, I don't know why they asked them that. Like, we queued up hours. We had tents, we had little foldable chairs you can fold out and sit on. We would take turns going off to get food while the others waited. When we finally got there, she said that to him, and then he actually thought it'd be okay to touch him in that way, and I was like, you can't do that. soured the moment, you know, it soured the moment, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, I don't know, like, what I should do, but if I see them again, I don't know, like, I haven't kept in touch since that day. They didn't even apologise, they didn't even understand what they did wrong, and that's what angered me the most. And you know I get angry at those kind of things, you know I get angry, and I wish that people just did things my way. It's easier that way, I would be happier, but they don't. People are selfish, I know, you know how it is, yeah. So, what happened to that person you saw last weekend? Oh, really? It went like that? Anyway, enough of that. So, I was there, like, the place you saw that person, I was there, actually. I was there that night and I saw you. Yeah, I saw you there. I didn't want to go up to you because I didn't want to ruin the moment. I felt like maybe, you know, like there was that person there, and I thought there was that other person there, you know what I'm talking about, there was that other person also there, and he was doing his thing, and I saw you there doing your thing, but he was, yeah, I felt like I needed to go in and save the day, because he really wanted to get out of there, but you look like you were having a good time, I think, right? Yeah, you were having a good time. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do next week when I take that person. Yeah, when I take that person there, I think I may have to just, you know, yeah. Anyway, you don't know, whatever. Stop joking with me. I know you know. Yeah, be quiet now. Okay, back to my story. So where was I? I was there, standing there in the middle of the rain. It was pouring. It was raining. I forgot my umbrella. I did have a rain jacket, to be fair. I did have a rain jacket. I did. But I didn't have an umbrella, and a rain jacket is not enough when there's that amount of rain, and there was a lot of rain. You know what I'm talking about? You know when it really, yeah, like heavy duty rain. I was soaked. I was just walking around and my clothes were all heavy. It was like I was soaked. It was like I was carrying weights. I was so tired going everywhere, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. I lost it that day, and I went back to find it. But you know me, I'm stubborn, and I get really hyper-focused when I set my mind to something. It has to be done. I had to find it. So I'm walking around the woods, and I'm looking everywhere, and the rain isn't helping because, you know, everything is all wet, and yeah, really, it wasn't what it was meant to be that day. It really wasn't. I didn't find it, no, I didn't find it. I wish I did, I wish I found it, obviously. I tried, I stayed there, and then it got dark, and I'm in the woods, and I'm like, whoa, I need to get out of it. The woods, when it's dark by yourself, I don't care how old you are, that is scary, and I was out there. Who knows what kind of creatures, or crazy, horrible things are there. I didn't want to hang around to find out, so I got out of there. I'll just have to buy another one. I mean, it's not that expensive, but it had some sentimental value. It had been through a lot of years with me. We'd been through stuff, we'd done stuff together. You know how it is when you got that attachment to that thing, and yeah, I can replace it, but I don't want to replace it. I want that one, I want my one. The one I built memories with, and now I've got to get a new one and build new memories. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You know how I am. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, please, can you let me talk? Thank you. I forgot where I was now. You made me lose my trail of thought. So, I think, it was 2 years ago, 2 weeks before the day I was meant to be there, and I had my special ceremony. Yeah, where I was being celebrated for that thing I achieved. Yeah, exactly. So there was about 3 people before me. There were three people before me, and I was about to go up and accept my thing, and before I could, I had to rush off to the toilet. Can you believe that? Yeah, I had to rush off the toilet, quickly go to the toilet, then come back again. And luckily, they kept calling my name, like, is this person here? Is this person here? Is this person here? Calling my name out loud. And they were almost going to give up, and I rushed, I sprinted up, and I was like, yeah, I'm here, it's me. And they gave it to me, and everybody clapped and cheered, and yeah, it was pretty good. But I almost didn't get it. I almost didn't. Yeah, well, I think you saw what happened when he was there with her at that party, yeah. And he saw about 2 different people go up to her and start dancing with her, and he got very annoyed, and he went up to me and said, look, only I'm allowed to dance with her. And they said, why? Do you own her? And he said, no, I don't own her. But then, why are you only allowed to dance with her? And she said, look, you don't own me. They can dance with me too. And he looked like, what? Did you actually just say that to me after everything we've been through? But she was not feeling good that day because they had gotten into an argument earlier. She was annoyed. She wanted revenge. She wanted to get him riled up. And it worked. Excuse me. So, where was I? There was about 3 of them, and they walked outside, and they said, look, we're gonna go there. You can meet us there. If you don't meet us there, we're gonna go home. They said, look, we're not going anywhere. So if you want to go home, you can go home, and we're gonna stay here. But that was the last time. Excuse me, I was clearing my throat there. Anyway, so that was the last time they saw each other. They didn't know what had happened. They didn't know who they were trying to be. But every time they saw each other, bad things happened. And I don't know if that's a sign that they shouldn't, like, be together anymore. But when they meet as a group, it's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Nobody knows why these things happen, but they do. They happen for some reason, and I don't know. Like, are they cursed? They're cursed. They could be cursed. I don't know whether they're cursed, or maybe it's just the combination of personalities, the chemistry, the group chemistry when it comes together. When it comes together, maybe they just set each other off. Maybe they just set each other off in different ways, and I'm not quite sure what was their intention when they did that. I don't know what their intention was. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have touched that thing, and I really don't think that. I mean, maybe if she was 2 years younger and he was 10 years older, and the other person was maybe like had slightly longer hair, maybe it would have all been fine, but it wasn't. And I think that really comes down to their maturity. They're not very mature, you know, that group. Like, individually, they're quite mature by themselves, quite mature individually, but when they come together as a group, they're really not very mature. They don't know what they're doing, they don't know who they're talking to, and everywhere they go, like, bad things happen. Crazy, awful, bad things happen. I wish it didn't. I wish I could find a way to stop them, but they don't listen to me. They don't listen to my advice, and I tell them, look, I got advice from my parents, and I pass that advice on to other people, and my parents got advice from their grandparents, and their grandparents got advice from their parents, and so on, until it goes back to who knows when, where. But the thing is, when my grandparent was a child, he told my grandfather specifically, he told my grandmother, he told her not to do that thing. He said, look, if you do that thing, something bad could happen. And she said, look, I'm gonna do it anyway. I will do it anyway. And she found out the hard way that you don't do that. Now it gets passed down from generation to generation, and I will tell anybody anybody and everybody, and anybody, I don't know, who will listen. And if they listen to me, I get so happy. It makes me so happy when I'm listened to, like you're doing right now. You're listening to me, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, because you're listening and taking in all the information, every little detail I said. And next week, I'll be making references to things I talked about with the new things I talk about. So, I hope you're paying attention. Okay, good. Where was I? So, there was about 7 of them who could have been there. There was about 5 of them who shouldn't have been there. And really, if it was only the original people who were meant to be there, nothing would have happened. But instead, everything happened. Yeah, everything happened. Anyway, well, I think I've had enough of telling you stuff now. I'm getting quite tired, and about you, I know you probably want to know more. You want to keep me here and get me to tell you more. I know it's quite exciting, my stories, but I do need to go now. I have a life. I need to gather more stories to tell you, of course, and I'm pretty tired, so I don't know about you, but I'm pretty tired. All this rambling, yeah, it's quite exhausting. Until next time, bye.